Good morning, Dirtfish friends. Final day of Rally Portugal. We have come 110 kilometres to the east of Porto, up into the mountains. Look at this, it could be Australia. Cali Rovanpera under the gum tree. If there was a koala bear up there looking down on us, would it be a surprise? Yeah, because we're in Portugal. Yanni's looking at me as if I'm mad. I am mad. Good morning, Yanni. Quite damp and chilly this morning. What are we hearing about the stage? Any news?
I guess it should be a bit damp, the surface. I did the rain dance all evening yesterday and it seems like it's working.
It's exactly what you guys needed, isn't it? Look, it's actually, I don't know whether this is it actually raining or is it just dew coming down? Yanni, best of luck today, leaving him to do his stuff. Yeah, it is very, very damp. We're in amongst the clouds. Big issue this morning might be this fog. 1,000 metres the mountain off to our left here. 1,000 metres, and the start of the stage certainly winds its way around that mountain. And on the way up here, on the motorway this morning, the fog was really, really bad. Let's see just how that develops. But look at this, it is slippery on the tarmac, that's for sure, but the gravel will be nice and bound by this heavy dew, little bit of dampness that's in the air. Yeah, definitely helping the boys at the front. Expect Rovanpera to be really quick. Look at, you can see it, Elliot. Look, it's not actually been raining, but look at the dampness on the front splitter. Look at that, right on the front. You can actually see it. How much is this rain or not? By the way, is it rain? I'm not sure. Not sure if it is rain. Simon Hughes is pointing at something, and it's too early in the morning for me to work out what he's pointing at. Yeah, I don't know whether that's just dew coming off the tree. I don't know. Anyway. Katsuta, Cali Rovanpera obviously back out. Good chance for him to set some good times and to contribute to the point scoring today. Is he busy? Quick word with him? No, we'll leave him to it. We'll leave Cali to it. 4 stages this morning. There's this one, new stage. That'll be interesting. There's talk maybe about dust. That talk has gone. There'll be no dust in this stage this morning. That is for sure. There we go. It's that athletic little warm-up exercise. It's interesting the co-drivers don't do these exercises. Maybe they do little kind of hand exercises for the turning of the pages. I don't know. I'll ask Aaron Johnson. He's an athlete when we get there. Again, all 3 Toyotas. We've had this 3 mornings in a row, haven't we? 3 Toyotas. There are 4 of them in the event this time. And the final Rally 1 car on the road will be Sebastian Ogier. It is just magnificent. I know I do get a bit excited by this, but we're miles from anywhere. We're halfway up a mountain in the most rural part of Portugal. I guess if we could see across to our left, we might be able to see Spain, maybe. Anyone going to nod their heads at that and maybe agree with me? Spain's over there somewhere. Elliot's shaking his head, saying we're not going to see anything. He's quite right too. But I love it. It's what's really special about our sport. Up on the mountains. Now, I'm going to give you some information, folks. That's what I was going to do about the stages that we have in front of us today. I just have to consult my notes, which sometimes takes me a little while, particularly at this time of the morning. Here we go. So what do we have today, folks? We have 4 stages. This one, Cabeceras de Basto. Then they head to Faf and then basically repeat it again before we head to Faf for the final stage of the day. 4 stages. Total distance today is 62.18 kilometres. 62.18 kilometres over the course of those 4 stages. This one, as I say, it's a new stage, 19.9, just shy of 20 kilometres. It could be interesting. I think it might be raining. Elliot's just looking at it. He's got his shorts on, though. It is chilly. That's the other thing. You know, it's around about 12, 13 degrees, a little bit damp, a little bit chilly. Quite different from what we expected over the other days. There we go, just saying good luck to all the other boys. There we are. There's a lovely camaraderie, particularly in this team, between drivers, co-drivers. Off they go, Yanni Halton. And big job to do for Cali Rovanpera. It was a strange mistake yesterday, a really strange mistake. Let's just very quickly, very quickly. We were just watching, obviously, Cali doing his warm-up exercises. What do co-drivers do to warm up in the morning? Cup of coffee?
No, I don't drink coffee. What do we do to warm up in the morning? The tyre warming will warm us up now. So.
Yeah, it will indeed. There we go. Does get rather noisy, doesn't it? Good morning, Elvin. It gets rather noisy when we get close to those exhausts. Now, here's an interesting thing. We had a good chat with Jari Matti last night. Jari Matti's really confident about Elvin's performance today. He reckons we should watch out for Elvin in these 4 stages. Hugely important. We saw that in, where were we last? In Croatia with Oid Tanak. A tough rally for Tanak, but he dug in. He scored lots of points on the Sunday. And what could have been a really, really difficult weekend, actually, with the haul of points he had, was a strong weekend. That's what Elvin is looking to do today, to maximise the number of points. If he could come out of today with 10, 11 points, maybe the full 12, Elvin Evans will have had a half-decent weekend. So there we are, our first car heading into this new stage, just shy of 20 Ks. It is very, very damp. That will suit Kalle Rovanperä. He's heading off. We're looking for more cars. Have you got an app that will tell you what that is? Yeah. Oh, I've just asked him what sort of tree this is.
You don't need to be intelligent.
I know what it is. I know. You don't need to be intelligent anymore. No way. No way.
Just need service. That's maybe the only
Oh,
thing.
here we go. What's it doing? And it's good that you can actually use your telephone. I wouldn't know how to do this on my telephone. Yeah, is there? What's that say? There. What's it saying?
Eucalyptus.
Eucalyptus. Eucalyptus, right. From Australia. It's an Australian gum tree. That's amazing. So in Australia, certain eucalyptus trees are good for the koala bears. So you only find them in certain eucalyptus trees. There we go. Have you been to Australia?
You should take the leaves to do a tea, no?
Yeah,
It's time for
tea.
tea.
Tea for the tea.
Time now, no?
Tea time for the koala bears. Yeah. Anyway, I get a bit obsessed by these things, don't I? That's very, very good. I'm impressed, Adrian. I'm very, very impressed by that.
I Google.
Just by your ingenuity and how quick you were to do that this morning with such a silly question from me. Right, good. How are you this morning anyway? Apart from, we've just sharpened your brain. That's your brain exercise for the morning.
Yeah.
You're all set to go. If you need to go and exercise, you go and exercise. We'll watch it. We'll watch and enjoy while you're exercising. Yeah, last Sunday.
We had a good nap, and then now we are ready for the day.
How long was the nap? How long?
5 hours.
It's not enough, is it?
It's rallying.
It is rallying. It is rallying. Sunday in Croatia was magnificent. More of the magnificence here today.
Well, without the concrete part, it would have been magnificent, but...
Well, it was magnificent in terms of the power stage win and all the rest. Okay, the concrete pole, but we forget those things. We don't worry about those.
there was a really good super power stage.
Danny Sordo's under a bit of pressure today, isn't he, from you?
I hope you have. We have been trying all day yesterday, so now you have to be.
He has been good though, Danny. He is excellent here. We'll watch with interest. We'll leave you to your exercises. Off he goes. There's Alex. How many minutes has he got, Alex? Oh, here we go. We were asking about co-drivers warming up. They don't really do it too often, but you are. Good on you. Good on you. Here we go. Gregoire heading down the road a little bit. He hasn't got too far before the start of the stage. He must have stopped further back, right?
His helmet's on.
His helmet was on. Well done. Good. It's good that Elliot's obviously mentally aware and sharp this morning. Simon Hughes is on top of everything. Morning, Simon Hughes. That's right. I was directed earlier on that I have to use your brain to analyse. What we analyse? That's what I said. What should we analyse this morning, Simon Hughes?
Whatever you like. Go on.
What should we analyse?
There was one thing we were just chatting with Scotty now about the weather and what difference that makes to being first on the road to where you would be if you were, first in the rally. Yeah. And he was saying that it's a bit of an unknown. This stage particularly is quite sandy, but it's definitely makes it not as bad being first. It doesn't know whether it's quite an advantage, but it's definitely not as bad as it would have been.
Do you know, I think this will be very similar to the first couple of stages on Friday morning, where there really seemed to be no advantage or disadvantage from first car to last car.
No, and it's nice that it levels the playing field a little bit, especially with the point situation on the Sunday. So hopefully, everyone will be fired up. And
We saw some really tight competition, didn't we, on Friday? It'd be great to see it again for today's points. It was remarkable how confident Jari Matti was about Elvin's chances today. And I think he was being genuine. I'm not sure, but it made me wonder, have they found something maybe in setup? Have they saved some tyres? Or is he just confident that Elvin will bounce back with a good performance today? I don't know.
Yeah, he was, like you said, as soon as it was mentioned, Jari Matti was like, nah, we'll see a different Elvin today. And you hope we do. But likewise, we were talking to Jari on previous events, and he made the point that Elvin, so far this season, has been a good Sunday driver. Sweden, I think, was it, where he got a good haul of points on the Sunday. And again, it sort of highlights that fact that when it's not doing well, he just puts his head down, does the best he can, and takes the opportunities as and when they appear. So, yeah, hopefully we'll have a good close battle today.
He needs it, doesn't he? He really does need it. For his own self-confidence, I think he needs it. It's been a torrid weekend for him. We can forget about the pace note incident. In terms of his form and his feeling in the car, it's just not been there.
Yeah, I think he will be disappointed with the out-and-out pace. When he was getting to a point where he was sort of seeming more comfortable in the car, his pace just hasn't quite been there. But like I say, it's a chance for him to make some points back.
To turn a difficult weekend into a reasonable weekend.
Yeah, but likewise as well, he's got to be cautious that the championship, you lose a couple of points each rally, and before you know it, that gap gets a little bit bigger, and then
Oh, look what we found. 3 Hyundais and the remaining Toyota. Sebastian Ogier on the back of that queue. Listen, folks, where do we go from here? Where do we go from this stage? We go to Pfaff. If you want a little bit of a preview of this stage, a little bit of a history lesson on Pfaff, see that wee button? Give it a ping. Give that button a ping. It's a lovely little video starring Andrea Adamo, would you believe, on the history of the Pfaff stage. Beautifully put together. Have a little look at that first. So here we go. Danny Sordo, I think he's had a really strong weekend. What we're seeing with Robin Pera is it's not so easy to be a part-time driver, and Sordo's been really strong this weekend. He's come back after many months out of the car, many months away from gravel rallying, and he's been strong yesterday. He was right there with the pace. Himself, Thierry, Adrien Fourmeau, they were all close, weren't they? And it's been impressive. It really has been impressive, showing that he's still very much capable of doing a job. And yeah, in terms of the points and that job that the third driver does, he is doing it incredibly well. Second, third and fourth are Hyundai drivers. It's quite a turnaround from what we saw on Friday. The car's been good. The car's been reliable this weekend again. Do you know what? Reliability now isn't really an issue for this car. It's just handling and, getting the dynamics of the car right. Good morning, Danny Sordo. Were we expecting this weather this morning when we left service?
They say can be the possibility to have a little bit like this, but I think after some kilometers it's all fine.
That's great. Now, if it wasn't so foggy and we were looking across there, could we see Spain? Could we see Spain from up here?
Honestly, it's very early and I don't know exactly where I am, so somewhere it will be Spain. One side is the sea, and other the Spain. So
if you shout Buenos Dias and you get a response in Spanish, then we can see Spain. We're not far. So, best of luck today, Danny Sordo. Best of luck. Here we go. Thierry Neuville, great job yesterday. Solid third place. Lots to do today. It's so important, particularly for Elvin, for Thierry, and for Oit. These Sundays could be what decides the championship come Japan in 6 months' time. Is it 6 months till Japan? I think it is, isn't it? 6 months. Well, look, there we go. It's the neck muscles. Such demands on the body. It's violent in these cars, and you don't get it with the onboards of today. It's very difficult to understand the violence in the cars, the stresses on the neck muscles in particular. Formula One drivers have the most enormous neck muscles. But your rallying is in some ways more violent. Maybe not those sustained G-forces that you get in Formula One, but the constant change of direction. And as you saw Thierry just warming up those neck muscles. and the leg muscles. Martin Vidaga. Look, I think I got it right this morning, and I got the Martin wrong though. Martin Vidaga. I will get it right eventually. It's very poor. It's very disrespectful, and I apologise. I must try harder. I really must try harder. Let's leave these boys to it. We always get a word with Thierry, but he does look quite focused this morning, so we'll leave him to it. Good luck, Thierry. Leave the boys to it. We'll wander down this way. Oh, Tanak. Yeah, great weekend for him. Really, really strong pace yesterday from Tanak. Unfortunately, he did have that puncture that knocked him back out of the battle with Ogier. But, you know, we haven't enjoyed Tanak-Ogier battles enough recently, have we? And it was great watching it yesterday. There he is, the champ. Now, do you know what? It is a new stage, and I imagine that just about all the drivers will be taking an opportunity just to have a little look at potentially, if they've got coverage up here. I'm not sure any of them have got it. Let me see if they've got coverage. Yeah. Terry does. Let's go and see what it looks like in the stage. He's having a little watch. There we go. Yeah, look, you can see it's okay in terms of the fog, the visibility. It's really good. No problems with the fog and visibility. A little bit damp though. First part of the stage is a little bit. Yeah, Terry kind of went. First part might be a touch foggy, but look at that. My goodness me, it's quick. It'll benefit. Where's Elvin on the road? Elvin he's ahead of these boys. So, yeah, he's third on the road. Might have been tricky for Elvin in terms of points, but this weather overnight will help him in this battle for Sunday points. There's you, sir. Doing a good job. That's a man that's prepared. He had his full Rally Sweden spec hat this morning. That's remarkable. I've come to Portugal expecting 28 degrees, shorts, t-shirts. I've managed to find a pair of trousers. Proper winter spec gear. He's a clever man. He really is. Finns are prepared everywhere they go, aren't they? Finns are prepared.
Try to be.
You always try to be. Always. Where did you find that nice woolly hat?
It's been in my tripod bag quite a long time already. I
Great.
needed it in Sweden, but obviously it's been on a break for a while now. So
Little break while the weather's been
but it
nice.
was needed only for 5 minutes, let's say.
Yeah, that's true. That's true this morning. Oit Tanak just wandering down. Martin just going down with him. Maybe just to go through a couple of bits. He's got his pace notebook. A couple of little reminders. Maybe some changes, but you wouldn't really. That's reminders. That's little reminders. They have that front page with the, the sections that are particularly difficult, the corners that may offer a bit more of a challenge, and it's just that minute or two where they go through it. Maybe the odd little change. I don't know. Maybe he's been watching some stuff. Vinny does a great job, doesn't he? What a job he's done. How difficult. And I've said this before, but I'll say it again. Sebastian Ogier. It was such a wonderful relationship that he had with Julien, and it worked so well. It was so established, so much success together. Difficult for anyone then to get into the car next to him and replicate that feeling that Ogier needs, to be able to commit totally. And Vinny's done a great job over the last year or two. Setting himself up nicely. Vinny, I don't know if I'm allowed to call him Vinny. I'm going to though. Sunday morning, I'm going to call him Vinny. Vin. Again, look, it's just a quiet moment for Oit and for Martin. Just checking through. We don't often see that level of discussion, do we, Elliot? But there we are. Sorry about Terry Neuville heading off into the stage, folks. It is going to be. It is. It's certainly got the potential to be a really interesting morning out here. New stage, damp conditions, drivers pushing for maximum points. It has the potential, folks. Stay with us. Don't forget, we are heading to Faf. That button is there. Take a look at that video. Beautifully done by Elliot. He doesn't like to get a bit of credit, but he deserves it. It's a lovely wee video. Please take a little look at it before we head to Faf. Or take a look at it after we've been to Faf, whenever you want to take a look at it. We are heading now, folks, back down the mountain. The weather will lift, I'm sure of that. Second pass at Faf could actually be up round about 25, 26 degrees. We'll have to wait and see. So, big day ahead for sure, folks. We will join you perhaps later on during the course of today. Well, we certainly will at some point. See you then.